Unit 7, Learning Target Number 7. Draw polygons on the coordinate plane. This lesson goes back to a previous unit that we did when we were graphing. In this case, we're going to graph some polygons. Now, and we're thinking about simpler polygons. You remember in the last lesson, polygons were things that had lots of different angles. We had some things like this, and we could have even like a star shape could be a polygon if you want. It's all those kind of things are polygons if they have lots of angles. We're going to stick to simpler polygons because we have to graph them. Alright, so let's graph this polygon. You'll remember we have 4 points here. Hopefully you'll remember how to graph these points from a couple of units ago. And we'll just do this really quickly. A is -4, -2. So we'll travel -4 on the x-axis and then -2 on the y-axis, and that'll be our first point. Next is B, -2. So we travel -2 on the x-axis, and then 1 means we go up 1 on the y-axis. C, we're going over 2, +2 on the x-axis, and then down 2 for -2 on the y-axis. And lastly, D is 4, 1. So we'll go 4 over on the x-axis. Remember that these are coordinates are always x and then y. You're never going to have y and then x. You'll never have that. Not ever. Always x and then y. Okay, then D is 4, 1. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4 up over, and then 1 up on the y-axis. Now hopefully you can see where this is going. You can see that what we have here is something that looks a lot like a parallelogram. So let's connect our lines here. There's one, there's another, there's another, and there's another. So what kind of shape do we have right here? We have a polygon that is a parallelogram. Now, let's find the area. Let's find the area of this polygon. Okay, so the area of this polygon or this parallelogram. Do you remember the formula for the area of a parallelogram? It was base times height. Base times height. So how can we find the base of this parallelogram? Well, that's pretty easy. We simply come over here and we count the number of squares, right? We've got one here and one here, so we count the number of squares. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares along the base. So my base is going to be 6 units long. Alright, and now I'm going to count the height. Now remember, we can't count the height this way. That doesn't work. That's the slant height, and we don't want that. We want the actual height. So we go to this little guy, and we draw a line straight down. We go to this line, this space right here, and we draw a line straight down like that. So let's do it. We'll start here. We'll count 1, 2, 3. So what we wind up with is 6 along the base and 3 along the height. So our height is 3. And to find the area, we simply multiply those together and we get 18. 18 what? Well, we are not given feet or anything like that. So I'm just going to put U for units, and I'm going to put squared up there beside it. And that will be the area of my parallelogram. Remember, we have to, a lot of times the question will ask you what the shape is, so don't forget to put that in there.